My name is Sergey Khachatryan. I'm a violinist and I'm very thrilled to announce my new CD. It will be a very historical recording. I will be the first violinist who recorded these amazing sonatas on Eugène Ysaÿe's violin. Bartolomeo Giuseppe Guarneri del Gesù is one of the most amazing violin makers of the Cremonese time in the 18th century, and with Antonio Stradivari, one of the Mount Everest of the violin luthiers that ever existed in history. Especially this instrument is the instrument from 1740, which belonged many years to Eugène Ysaÿe, and was one of his most beloved instruments. And very special about that instrument is also the fact that it bears the label inside the instrument where Ysaÿe himself wrote "C'est del Gesù fut ma fidèle compagnon de ma carrière." And also a very kind of spiritual fact about this is also like that at the funeral process, the violin was carried in front of Ysaÿe's casket during the state funeral that was in Belgium. And I'm actually very thankful to Madame Shiomi, who was the director of the Nippon Music Foundation. Thanks to her, I've received that Del Gesù, which was always kind of one of my dreams. The most special thing about this instrument, obviously for us as players, is the special sound that the Ysaÿe's instrument has. It is maybe not a typical Del Gesù in a sense that, because Del Gesùs are usually very common for their bassy sound. It had obviously these abilities, but also it had a unique brilliance in his sound, also like in the higher frequencies, which made him an amazing, complete violin, and I think gave a huge and immense possibilities for a player, you know, to even grow while you are playing the instrument. 6 sonatas by Eugène Ysaÿe. This is one of the biggest masterpieces that we have in our violinistic repertoire. It's a magical triangle of inspiration that Ysaÿe did use. And the most, I think, important, who is on the top of the triangle, is, I think, Johann Sebastian Bach. And you can feel inside Ysaÿe's sonatas a lot of big influence from Bach, whether it's like the polyphonic understanding, the structural understanding, the monumental, you know, language that Ysaÿe used in the 6 sonatas, whether it's like the concept of the movements. On the other side of the triangle, we see the 6 amazing violinists that Ysaÿe dedicated each of the sonatas: Sigeti, Thibaut, Enescu, Chrysler, Kriegbaum, and Quiroga. It's incredible how Ysaÿe masterly, you know, was able to put small details in each of the sonatas and trying to adapt, you know, whether it's the style of those violinists, whether it's their interpretational language, how they were playing. On the other side of the triangle, we have, I think, also very important the time when Ysaÿe was living and when also he wrote these sonatas. I mean, we're talking about, beginning of the 20th century, and I think in that time the circle, and the musical language was also like a very, very interesting time. And inside his circles as friends, were amazing artists and composers like Franck, Fauré, Chausson. And I think also this particular time, and he also got very, very much influenced also, by French, obviously French style and French music. And if we would imagine this triangle, then maybe I would imagine, Ysaÿe standing in the middle of that triangle. Already in his time, Ysaÿe was a living legend because he was an incredible violinist. He was a conductor. He was a composer. And he was then also like a great pedagogue afterwards. And I think this complicity you don't see into a lot of, a lot of other composers or artists.